Once upon a time, an old retired man lived with his son Joseph, Joseph's wife Sarah, and their young son Ryan. The old man was quite old and often forget things like conversations or where he kept things. However, he was full of kindness and patience. Being retired, the old man stayed home and was not working anymore. His daughter-in-law Sarah treated him poorly, often scolding and treating him like a servant, but the retired old man quietly bore all the insults. One day, the daughter-in-law gave the old man some money to buy vegetables. As the old man walked to the market, he passed by a pharmacy where he saw a little girl begging the shopkeeper for medicine. "My mother is very sick," she said, but she didn't have enough money to buy all the medicine. The shopkeeper refused to give her the medicine without payment. Feeling sorry for the girl, the old man gave her the money his daughter-in-law had given him for the vegetables. Later that evening, during dinner, Joseph asked his wife Sarah, "Why didn't you cook any vegetables today?" Sarah replied, "Your father was supposed to bring them, but he gave the money to someone else and came home empty-handed." Joseph turned to his father and said, "Dad, why do you do things like this? Money doesn't grow on trees. Helping that child wasn't your responsibility. Someone else could have done it." At this point, Ryan, Joseph's son, interrupted, "Dad, it's a good thing to help people. My teacher says helping the poor is always a good deed." Hearing this, Sarah scolded Ryan, telling him to keep quiet. A few days later, the old man went to the market again, but this time he felt dizzy and collapsed on the street. Someone called home from his phone, informing his daughter-in-law that the old man had fainted. However, the daughter-in-law did nothing. When grandson Ryan found out, he wanted to call his dad, but daughter-in-law Sarah stopped him, saying, "Don't bother your father with small things." After some time, the old man managed to walk back home alone. He and Ryan spent a lot of time together, talking about school and life. The old man told Ryan many stories and taught him good lessons. One day, daughter-in-law Sarah was yelling at Ryan when Joseph asked her why. She said, "I gave him money for his school fees, but he didn't pay them. I don't know where the money went." Ryan explained, "I didn't lose the money. There's a boy in my class who is very poor. He couldn't pay his fees, and the school was going to kick him out, so I gave him the money to help." Furious, Sarah began to hit Ryan, saying, "You're just like your grandfather. He has spoiled you." Joseph intervened, saying, "That's enough. Ryan did the right thing. I'll pay his fees again." As the days passed, Sarah continued to mistreat the old man. One day, she asked him to go pay the electricity bill. While waiting in line, someone stole the money from his pocket. When it was his turn, the old man realized the money was gone. Panicked and worried about how to explain this at home, he felt completely helpless. When he finally returned home, the old man went to his room, took out his late wife's photo, and brought it to Joseph and Sarah. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Take me to the old age home. I want to spend the rest of my life there." Daughter-in-law Sarah was overjoyed and told Joseph, "Yes, take him there quickly. We'll finally be free, and he'll be happier there too." Joseph took his old father to the old age home. While filling out the paperwork, he noticed his father talking to the manager as if they had known each other for years, even though this was his old father's first time at the old age home. Curious, Joseph asked the staff, "How does my father know the manager?" The staff replied, "This place isn't just an old age home. It's also an orphanage. Your father has a long history with us. Years ago, he adopted a child from here." Joseph was shocked. When he returned home, he was deeply sad. Sarah asked him, "Why did it take you so long? Did you drop him off at the old age home or the graveyard?" Hearing this, Joseph lost his temper and slapped her. "Do you realize how wrong we've been all this time?" he shouted. "My father adopted a child from that place years ago." Realizing her mistake, daughter-in-law Sarah began to cry asking, "What will happen to me now?" Joseph replied, "You're going to the old age home with me. We're going to bring my father back." Joseph, Sarah, and Ryan returned to the old age home, where Joseph apologized to his old father with tears of regret and love. He brought his father back home to live with them. At the end of this story, I would like to say just this: love your family members, take care of them, respect your parents, honor them, and treat them well. All they need is your love.